Welcome to Tuesday Tips with Dr. Latanya Hughes and Shanae Jordan, where we share our thoughts on different topics to help you be the best version of you possible so you can spread lots of love and light. Let's see what we're talking about this week. Thanks for watching.
Because we are really excited about this next series of Tuesday Tips. As you know, it's Black History Month. And we really wanted to bring you some episodes, some content that, of course, highlights Black culture. But our theme for this month is hashtag Black Excellence. We see it on social media a lot, but we really wanted to, really talk about it from the perspective of what is Black excellence? What are we seeing currently? What it used to be like? How can we get it back to, not only that level, but take it up another notch? So that's what we're talking about for Tuesday Tips this month. It's February, it's Black History Month. And I'm telling you, we're excited about this first episode. This is all Shanae's idea. All I did was I want to do something for Black History. And, we want to do a little bit different because, on our social media, if you follow us, and if you're not, you need to be following us, especially on Instagram. We always post every February about somebody in Black history. We always do that. And the reason we do that is because we want to educate all of our community on the impact that Black people have made around this world. So we find some of the most obscure, what we consider obscure people. I think in the past we've highlighted people from just about every continent, if we can find it. Especially in the continent of Africa, we found some people there just to kind of help you understand the impact that Black people have made around this world. Dating all the way back to like the 1700s. I mean, we go back. We did. One year, I think last year, I posted about the woman who actually contributed to the transatlantic slave trade. She did not know, but once she found out what was happening to Africans, she actually became an advocate to stop it. So those are the kind of stuff that we post. So you want to follow us, magnificent.international, on our social media handles. But listen. What we want to do in Tuesday Tips is really start talking about Black excellence and what we're seeing today. So I'm going to let Shanae kick it off, and we're just going to roll with it.
Yes, I definitely wanted to highlight Black excellence because, a lot, right now in the social media world and, society, it's a lot of negativity, around African Americans. Right. And so I really wanted to take, our Tuesday Tips to kind of, uplift us, really, celebrate us. One person that I really wanted to highlight was Miss Taraji. She has a star, and a lot of us like, wait, she should have been got one. Yes, but listen, it takes time. It does take time, and you have to, there's certain things that you have to do. But I wanted to highlight her. I mean, a lot of us know her from the movie Baby Boy, one of my favorite movies, and Empire, and Cookie Line. That's my auntie.
Y'all, don't call her, don't text her.
Listen, Empire, come on.
Don't even think about it.
I don't even talk to my own mom. My dog, listen, y'all, side note, my dog knows, okay? So I tell her, I said, listen, you can go out at 7 o'clock, or you're going to have to wait till 9 o'clock. You pick and choose. So yeah, I will make her cross her legs, or somebody else have to take her out when Empire's on. But it's okay. It's okay. So, but we definitely wanted to highlight her and her excellence and how much she supports women as a whole, how much, she tells her story. She makes sure that she highlights the people that has helped her and continues to help her. Also, I wanted to highlight Miss Michelle Obama and her book and what she's doing outside of, after she's been in office with her husband. I mean, they were one. So he was off in office, she was in office. But just her excellence and how, she continues to uplift the youth. around the world, not just in the United States, everywhere else, and making sure that we know the importance of healthy living, eating, exercising, making sure that we are aware of what's going on in the world, and not just being confined to our own lives. And so that, they were just like two people that I wanted to quickly highlight. And then people in your community. I mean, highlight your own mother and just, how she, what I'm saying, has raised you. So yeah.
I think those are some great people. One I want to highlight about those, especially those two in particular, but I want to add Niecy Nash. I love her. Back if you did not watch Miss Taraji's Insta stories yesterday when she was going to, get her star, it was phenomenal. She flew, I think it was her grandmother that she flew in first class. Her grandma's like 94. Is it her grandmother or great grandmother? But she flew her in, 94 years old. She flew her in, because you got to celebrate the people who've been celebrating you the whole time. And that's what I thought was the most beautiful part about it, was she had the van things or whatnot, and her whole tribe was there that supported her, through her career and the risk that she took coming out. If you don't know her story, you really need to go and research, because she talks very openly about her story, how people told her she didn't listen to the naysayers, and how people told her you're never going to make it because she was pregnant in college and had a son. She said she walked across the stage with her son on her hip, oh, you're too old to go out to Hollywood and make it. You can't buy into what people say about you, because clearly, I love Niecy Nash. Like I said, she got her star last year, and it just came full circle for her, because as a little girl, and see, this is why representation matters. When they say representation matters, because as a little girl, she saw Ed Asner. And she walked up to him and said, "Sir, I'm going to be like you one day. I'm going to have one of these stars." And he said, "Sure, kid." And he was at her ceremony when she got her star. It came full circle. You have to speak things, but you have to have people in your life that support you. And Niecy Nash is another one. She's very open about her tribal people who support her. They pray for her all the time. Taraji talks about the amount of prayer that she gets, from her tribal people. Miss Michelle Obama, when they went into the White House, they had their tribe. It wasn't we're gonna bring new people. No, they used who they already had in their lives to support them through the whole thing. It was her mother and their family, and you have to have that same support system. You want to get to that level of excellence, you want to get to that level of success, you have to have the success team. And we talked about that before so many different times, about the network you have, the people in your lives. They have to support you, and that doesn't mean saying yes all the time. It's challenging you, it's making you think differently, see things differently, and it's helping you grow and expand. The success of Black Panther, it's because the Black community showed up. But it was done in excellence. The whole film was done in excellence. If we look at the success of Regina King, love her all the way back to 227. Yes, I'm dating myself. I don't really care. But Regina King is like amazing. She is a bomb. She is a beast, and she deserves all the awards. And y'all late to the party. I'm going to need her to get her Oscar. But anyway, but the same thing with her. It's excellence, but it's having the right support team and the right support system in place that's going to help encourage you and push you. And you just kind of, it allows you to go there. You know what I'm saying? You go there and you keep pushing the envelope and pushing the envelope, and you just become greater and greater and better and better. And now we have an explosion of Black excellence.
We do.
I don't know about y'all, but listen, I like seeing Black people succeed. People can say what they want about different communities, but I love Black people. I love being Black. We are really persecuted, and the most disrespected and persecuted person on this planet is the Black woman. I don't care what you say. Malcolm X did it, and it's true. Yes, our black men go through things,
Yeah.
but women go through some stuff. And so for me to see black queens making it,
Right.
we gonna excel in it. And I love the challenge that Regina King put forth at the Golden Globes. Every project she does from here on, women, women. And representation matters, not just women, but for me, I want to see black folks. And I mean, listen, it's Black History Month. I'm just going.
Yeah.
Black Panther dispelled all the myths that black people can't do anything in excellence or be successful, or that we are a black hole, or that we can't do anything right, or that we can't carry a film, or we can't lead, or whatever. They killed all that. A billion strong worldwide. Folks that movie was an excellence from in front of the camera to behind the camera. They showed you straight up excellence.
They did.
And it really just killed everything. So representation matters, because now after that film, you have little kids, black kids saying, okay, I want to be an actor, or I want to be a superhero. But what does that translate to? A superhero can be anything. But when you see someone whose skin is the same as yours, it creates doing something grand on a grand scale and being successful and having more, then it makes you want that same thing. The fact that Barack Obama became president of the United States of America told black and brown kids that you can achieve anything, including the highest office of the land, and you can be the most powerful person in the world. But he also showed you how to do it with excellence. I don't care how y'all feel about him.
Right.
With every policy and every decision he made, but he did it in excellence.
He did.
The man knew, international business and relations. He knew he understood diplomacy, and he carried himself well and understood it. And so he understood and how to carry himself, presentation, how to communicate, public speaking skill, all of these different things that, let's be honest, black and brown communities don't really see at that level all the time. Children are not exposed to that, and so only thing that they're exposed to is what they see on TV or on social media. And so if it's not highlighted and they don't see it well, then guess what? That's not attainable. Or no, I can't speak well. Yes, you can. You can.
Yes, you can.
You can. In my day, before there was a Barack Obama, there was Jesse Jackson. And before Jesse Jackson, there was Malcolm and Martin. And before them, it was, Marcus Garvey. Listen, but when you're not exposed to it and you don't see it, that's why representation matters. That's why we're highlighting Black excellence, because if you are a Black or brown person, excellence is in your spirit. It's in your DNA. It's in your community. It's where we came from. We're going to highlight Black Wall Street over the next couple of weeks. You're going to see how, I'm telling you, Black and brown people have always led the way. Listen, folks will say that we have always led the way.
I like how you pretty much just now display the timeline of role models, in a sense. It's been gaps. And what I'm liking now is that we're trying to close those gaps by continuously having excellence portrayed in the media and social media now. And I like that, even though some people may say, it's about time, or, blah, 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 but at least it's happening now. At least it's not a big gap. And I commend Mr. Obama for that, because he was the one to open that gate. He was the one to open that, and then everybody was like, our community just bum rush and say, you know what, he can do it, we can do it too. Right. And that's why it's so important for us, for Dr. Hughes and I, to highlight and to celebrate our culture and our communities in February and every day. But because we're starting to see that and see our young people, early as in 3 years old, being excited to be Black again, being excited to go to school, saying, you know what, I can be this particular person. When I grow up, I can be president. When I grow up, I can be that doctor. That when I grow up, I can be that therapist. You know, not saying that, oh, I can't do this. I have to just have to play basketball, football, or do hair. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not downgrading that at all. At all. If that's your talent, if that's what your purpose is in life, we thank you because we need it. Okay. We definitely need it. However, there is more to life than just those limitations that society, our families have put on us. So it's very it's a breath of fresh air to see people being celebrated, getting their flowers here on earth while they're living and not waiting till they're dead, what I'm saying, to get their flowers or get streets named after them, or what I'm saying, all these things. So it's a breath of fresh air. And me being a Black woman with no hair, what I'm saying, and seeing Black Panther, and I can't, what is her name? The actress, she was the
Danny Guerrero.
Her, yes. To see her and to see the women surrounding her to have no hair, for me, that brought tears to my eyes because you don't see it.
Yeah, the normalized, and that's what I loved about that film, is because they exposed everyone to different tribes, and that's a real tribe in Africa. And that's what we're talking about, Black excellence, because from the language, the dialect, the accents, everything was on purpose, and it was to expose and educate people about the brilliance of Africa, the continent of Africa, period. Period. And I think that it and again, representation matters because it showed around the scope that Black people come in all race.
Yes.
All different colors. And across the continent of Africa, everybody is pitch black. Everybody isn't, charcoal black. It's a rainbow. Yeah. Black comes in a rainbow. And so I love that you didn't see a bunch of colorism, but what you saw was every hue. Every hue. And that's what we're talking about, excellence. And like you said, the shaved head, from all of the different things and everything, it was excellence on display, because again, that's exposing people to something that they never thought they would be exposed to. And dispel the myth that Africa is this broke continent.
Yeah, exactly.
Impoverished, and it's all this stuff. No,
it's not true. Not true.
Because if that was the case, why folks always trying to go over there and buying up the land and buying up this and buying up that and taking things and raping that country, that continent? And I mean, in the news a couple months ago, and I think it was the USA Today, it was a couple that they were talking about, should these European nations return the artifacts that they stole from Africa? Absolutely, you stole it. It belongs to that continent. So that's what we're talking about. When we talk about Black excellence, that's what we're talking about. Representation matters, and understanding that in the Black and brown community, you matter. You are somebody. I'm tapping
into you are.
Jackson. You are somebody.
You are.
You are. Like, we need to hear people say that, but that wave, like you said, closing the gap, this is the time to ride that wave, and we need to see one thing after another. It's time to kill that. I think now we're seeing a generation of people that's like, we ain't with that crab in the pot mentality. I'm pulling somebody else with me. You see that with Regina King. I'm be honest, you see that with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish. He put her on. The Kings of Comedy put, they made it, and Steve Harvey put, listen, Kevin Hart was out there, but then, he started, you mentoring people, and he started being on his radio show, and, people just blow up, Tyler Perry, if you don't know his story, listen, the man was homeless, living in his car, but next thing you know, boom, that's Black excellence. And now guess what? Medea is doing her retirement play and selling out 5 to 6 shows in one city, killing the game. But that's excellence on display. But he's also pulling people up. I ain't trying to be funny, but David and Tamela Mann had a platform, but you didn't really know who David and Tamela Mann until Tyler Perry and them Tyler Perry. Be honest with you, because I know I didn't.
I only knew him from Kirk Franklin. That's it.
Right. And so, listen at exactly beyond Kirk Franklin and the family, you didn't really know. And so, and again, speaking of Kirk Franklin, he puts people on. You know what I mean? And so you've got to, it's important that, again, when we say representation matters and Black excellence, it's about, exposing Black and brown people to something different, a different way of life, another way of life. And we have social media now. It can be used for good or bad.
Mhm.
And at this point, I'm tired of seeing toxic. And
Yeah.
this, like, you have to want to find the positive. And that's what Black excellence is. Hashtag Black excellence. At this point, you can search hashtags
Yeah.
and you can choose to follow positivity all day if you want. And that's what we want to encourage in this month, February 2019, Black excellence. We're highlighting it. You're going to see us talk about a little bit of everything, but this is just an introduction. Again, shout out to Taraji P. Henson for getting her Hollywood star, her on the Walk of Fame. I think it happened for her yesterday. Niecy Nash got hers last year. Regina King has already had hers. Shout out to, Black Panther, the whole cast, the crew, everybody. Shout out. I mean, they won big at SAG-AFTRA, the SAG Awards the other night, and we're looking forward to just seeing more excellence and more things happening and growing for the Black and brown community. But the key word here is excellence. We're going to talk about that in the next couple of weeks. What it takes. What does excellence mean? What does it look like? Because if you know what your standard is, you might think you're doing something in excellence and it's not.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality. But again, if you haven't been exposed to it, you're not going to know anyway. And that's what we're here to do, to expose you, open your eyes to what Black excellence is. We're going to deal with colorism. Blackish did an episode a couple weeks ago, and I was telling Shanae offline, I was disgusted by people who was giving Tracy Ellis Ross a hard time, talking about, well, how can they tackle colorism when she's biracial? See, but you just missed the whole point of the episode and are part of the problem.
Yep.
You're part of the problem. So we're going to tackle colorism because that's not Black excellence. We're going to tackle, again, Black Wall Street, talking about what it takes to really be a successful Black-owned business, what customer service is, why customer service is important.
Yes.
I'm deep. I'm be honest with you. I love to support Black-owned business, but I don't beg people to take my money. You're going to do,
Exactly.
Okay? And so that's what we're going to highlight this month, Black excellence. So keep your eyes open. I'm telling you, we're excited. Again, follow us on social media because every Tuesday we're going to be doing these, but also every day we'll be posting about Black excellence. Some folks been really killing the game. From modern day, we're going to do a timeline. So we're going to give you a mix of modern day and some old school, just because and when we say old school, we talking about 1500s, because Black doing it since the beginning of time. I ain't even gonna get biblical scholar on y'all to help y'all understand that Bible people were Black.
Right.
You really look at Egypt and that's Africa. Okay, all that was North Africa, Israel, and all of that before human beings changed the landscape and the lines. All of that was Africa. But anyway. So we're excited, and that's all I gotta say. Shanae, do you have anything you want to say to close us out? Because I'm not gonna get spiritual on folks and help people understand that.
Listen, you gonna start so.
I'm finna mess with everybody's mind.
Everybody, yes.
Israelites they look like this, baby. This is their skin color. The real Israelites, this color right here. So, but okay.
After that, I don't know what to say, but because listen, some people like, I don't know. Listen, okay, we can school you now. But anywho, but yes, please stay tuned. Our general purpose is, as Dr. Hughes has said, is to definitely uplift, empower, and inspire. In a world full of negativity, in a world full of one color, we want to add color. Okay. And we want to expose our color. And we want to say that our color is a good color. Okay. So I'm going to leave that at that. If you want to know more, you have to stay tuned. You have to stay up to date. Follow us on all social media platforms. If you have any ideas, if you have any subjects around, Black History Month that you want us to talk about, please DM us, message us. smoke signal, something, okay? Magnificent International Police. Because we'll talk about it now.
Things like, let's talk about Naomi Campbell and this campaign she finally got after all these years, killing it on the runway, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Black excellence is doing it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because it's time out for, overlooking people because of their skin color. And that's, why we got to have Black history, because we're overlooked.
Yeah, we are.
It's time out for that. And again, we just highlighted some Black excellence to help y'all understand that, one, Black don't crack.
Mm-hmm.
Janet Jackson, 50 plus years old, looking around here looking like she's 20, 30 years old.
Right. Look at, what's her name?
Just had a birthday today, looking all fly and just.
Miss Cicely. Miss Cicely Tyson, is that her last name? Yes.
90 plus, looking like what you say. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We can be Gladys Knight.
Right. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about Jennifer Lewis, who just had a birthday, the Black mother of Hollywood. Okay.
Yeah.
We got some folks that are walking in supreme. Look, I'll be sure looking all youngish and stuff. I mean, listen, we bring a lot to the table, and I say this because there is a reason why Europeans experimented on Black people, and they continue to do so today. If you don't believe it, we'll be highlighting. I'm telling you, follow us on social media. We'll be doing some snippets. I'm probably gonna start doing some early posts about not just the Tuskegee experiment, but some stuff that's going on, that's just recent studies that they found that people have been doing and against Black and brown people in the community, but also some European stuff that happened. You've probably seen a lot of it, but just never made the connection. But I'm telling you, it's all over, especially the fashion industry.
Yeah.
And that does impact and overlap, what we see mainstream media, but also in, film, that kind of stuff. So,
yeah,
I'm telling you, we about to kill y'all with some Black excellence, and it's gonna be all right. You either gonna love us, or you gonna love us.
Yeah, that's it. Love us or love us.
Listen, you either gonna love us or you gonna love us. So,
yeah. So stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned. Like I said, if you have anything that you want to talk about, please let us know. We talk about anything and everything. Nothing is sugar coated, as you can tell. I mean, it's life. Okay. So yeah, we hope that, like I said before, we hope that throughout, this season of us doing Tuesday Tips, that you're encouraged, that you're empowered, and that you're educated. And that you see things from a different perspective. And see, listen, we love to laugh too, y'all. So it's not all serious. We love to laugh, but we just hope that you're empowered. That's our main thing. We want you guys to be empowered. Definitely. Yeah. So yeah.
So, and that's all we got for you this week. But again, stay tuned. We'll be doing a post. If you missed January, go back and watch the previous ones. January, we cover some recommended goals to help you be a better version of yourself in 2019. Go back and watch those from every week. And I'm telling you, stay tuned. February, the topics will probably be a little bit longer, but they're juicy and we're excited about it. So yeah, stay tuned. We're looking to it.
Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Tuesday Tips with Dr. LaTonya Hughes and Sinead Jordan. We hope to see you back next week. Until then, remember to spread lots of love and light.